Okay, so me and Doc are gonna head this way, and then we'll cut through the parking lot. And Bill, you're heading down that way?
I'm going down towards where that guy is in the white shirt by that green sign down there.
Yeah, whatever way you want to go. If you want to go with him, or if you want to follow behind us a little bit so you're not associated with us.
We'll just wait for now.
Alright guys, sorry I was busy discussing some plans there with the fellas. We are live. We are at the port of Tampa, right by the Florida Aquarium. This was the incident last time. So we're gonna go through here. We're gonna go in, and you can see the boat there through the trees. That is the Carnival Paradise. Not sure if it's dropping off or picking up today, but we're gonna go in and check it out. We have a copper sitting over there in the parking lot. Bill, or Eyes on the State's gonna miss him in just a little bit. John Felix. We're out today, guys, with John Felix, Eyes on the State, Dr. Sean Berry, and of course myself, Rogue Nation. I'd like to send a shout out to my beautiful wife, who is no doubt watching this. Also to all my subscribers, guys, thanks for coming along with me again today. We're up to 58. Let's see if we can get some more people in here. 62. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. So we're gonna cut through the aquarium parking lot here. Gonna get my other cameras up. They love Sugar Daddy in Thailand. Well, tell them thank you, sir. Now, I'm not gonna go over there until I cross over right at the terminal. As you can see, it's right there. Cruise Terminal 3. It's Carnival Paradise. We'll be there in just a couple of minutes. I didn't want to start right when we were there. Wanted to give everybody a chance to hop on in here. I know people were upset last time the way they treated us. So I wanted to make sure that everybody gets a chance to see the revisit, because you guys know that when we find tyrants, we revisit them, sort of like the clap. Keep coming back until they feel the right medication to take care of it, and that is obeying people's rights, not acting stupid. So it looks like we're about there. We're gonna cut down and across. Hopefully Eyes on the State's already in position. Guys, I can't see a lot of the comments. Lee Watch writes crispy. What's going on, guys?
Hey, guys.
Doc says, hey to all you fine folks out there.
Yeah, folks.
So here it is, guys. Cruise Terminal 3. Back at the scene of the crime. You guys remember this spot? We do have the paperwork in our pockets for permitting and such activities as that, which of course we don't need a permit. So we're gonna try to, I see some deputies down there at the line. We're gonna sneak past them and go on up here. Make sure we can get inside. We're on our way up. GoPro start recording. Actually, I can. I got the permit thing right here.
Then hold on, we need to have the approval of the supervisor.
That's fine. Already contact. Good. How are you, buddy? No, I'm just here to film the interaction of the public and just to see what's basically going on. She said I need the permit, but I've already...
Yes. You need to contact the Port Authority.
Yep, we already did. That's what I'm trying to show you. Do you see what it says there? You do not need a permit if...
Okay, listen to this. I'm working for the Port Authority. Okay, I need you to contact the PR office.
Yeah.
They will send me the email.
Okay.
They call me up to let me know that you will be here. But I have no problem to let you go. But right now, this area now allows you to film in anything.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't mind. I give you the phone number to contact the port.
Well, they told me I didn't need a permit.
You do. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm working for the Port Authority.
Okay, so this is from the Port Authority. This is wrong?
Okay, I don't know. I don't receive any email to let me know that you will be out here or recording it.
Do you want to check possible?
I check everything. My emails come directly to my cell phone right here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So I got nothing on here to indicate that you. What's your first name?
Captain Awesome.
Captain Awesome will be here.
Okay.
And if they do that, your guy come out here last time.
Yeah, we were here.
Do that. You have to be in the grass area, not in here.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Mr. Martabino, that's my boss.
Right. And then when they told me that, and I contacted the port.
Okay.
And they said there's no policy against filming.
Okay. So you need to call them back again.
Okay.
I really appreciate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I have to work too also, and if you're able to do that, I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I've already talked to them, so we're just going to stand around and do a little video.
I think that they're telling you that you have to go down there where the grass area at.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
if
what
you
they
don't mind
said.
to do that for me?
No, I do mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I really appreciate if you do for me.
Yeah, no, I know,
Okay.
but...
All right, thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a good day.
Okay, so I'm working here, so yeah, you have a good day too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. All right, looking to try to get my 360 camera running. So something new they have put up is the sign, no photography, videotaping, or cellular usage allowed in this area. Unfortunately, that is a request, and so
Excuse me, gentlemen. You cannot videotape up here, okay?
yeah, we talked to you last time.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
So
we actually can. I got the stuff right here.
Okay, well then, may I see that then?
Yep.
Okay, let's go downstairs.
Well, we're gonna stay
No,
right here.
no, you can't stay right here. This is for ticketing passengers only.
Okay.
So let's go downstairs and
That's not for ticketing passengers?
this is for ticketed passengers only. That's who's allowed up here, okay?
Okay.
Let's go downstairs.
I didn't see any signs.
Well, I am the side, just made you aware of it, sir.
Okay, well,
All right.
can you read that first before you decide to?
Okay, well, this, first off, this is not open to the general public. So if these rules pertain to any public area, this is not open to the general public, sir. This is open to the general public, sir, when there's not a shipping port, okay?
Okay, and if there's a shipping port, it's not open?
It's not open to the general public, no.
Okay.
It's only, see, the terminal is currently being leased to Carnival Cruise Line.
So they're leasing this for a month?
However, it's like the airport. No, it's just for the day.
Okay.
That's why I said, like, tomorrow, when there's no ship here, you can come up here, walk around, and videotape to your heart's content. That's totally legal. Okay, sir?
Okay.
But right now, it's not open to the general public, and only ticketed passengers are permitted up here, okay? Now, any area that's open to the general public for videotaping, news, or any, for whatever reason you want to videotape, take pictures, the grass area, between, if you will, and that,
You don't have a PSA inside?
I'm sorry?
You don't have PSA inside?
Yes, sir.
Well, we're allowed to put PSA inside.
Well, but not in here. Not in this port, you cannot. Not in this port, you cannot, sir. This is ticketed passengers only, and for security reasons, we do not allow, and I'm sure you respect that, because I'm sure you traveled yourself at one time or another. You don't want people in the general public to be able to see what kind of security procedures go on. We don't allow any.
A lot of celebrities don't want to film you, but
I understand that's paparazzi, but that's when you're a paparazzi and you're talking about, you know, celebrities that are open in general. For example, if I don't want you to take my picture, if I'm out in the open public, I have no expectation of privacy.
Right.
If I'm in my house, I have an expectation of privacy.
Oh, yeah, we know.
Okay. So,
But now let me clarify, because you did see me last time.
Yes, sir.
I was here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I went home.
yes, sir.
We called the port.
Yes, sir.
The port's, and I've got tax documents in here too. Not just that, but I've got tax documents that show that this is a public place. This is government owned.
It is, yes, sir. But
Right, and
right now, it's not.
They said as long as we don't pass those doors, it doesn't matter. If there's no restriction,
I've been directed, because I brought this up. I really personally don't care. You can take my picture, knock yourself out.
Oh, right,
It
right.
doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't affect me. And I have nothing against it, but I specifically asked the court again, and they said, no, not up here, not allowed to interfere with cruise operations.
Yeah.
Even the news people don't do that. The major networks, Bay News 9, et cetera, Fox News, when they come, we tell them where they can go and they can videotape.
right,
while you're
it says right in there why. Now, right here it says, when we're producing a news segment, we don't need a permit. If they're a handheld device, we don't need a news permit.
As
But
long
the
as-
cameras, the news crews, they come with a big setup, so you're allowed to tell them where to go.
Right, but even ticketed passengers are
Right.
not allowed to videotape up here. If you're a ticketing passenger and you come up here and start videotaping, I'm gonna tell you, sir, ma'am, please stop videotaping. You're not allowed to videotape here. Even cell phone use inside the terminal is restricted. People taking pictures, if people wanna take pictures in there, I tell them you're not allowed. If they're persistent, we trespass them from the terminal.
Okay.
Sir, there's no law. It's called trespass. It's their property. It's their property. It's court rule. It's not a law. It's court rule. Yes, it's publicly owned property except for on cruise ship days. The Tampa International Airport is publicly owned property.
is there a law that says
Or any kind of policy, because we looked on the website. There's no policy that says you can come to the port on the days Carnival's not shipping and you
Or any ship. Well, the thing is, for security reasons, okay, nobody's allowed up here to record. And they understand, like terrorist actions
Right,
and stuff like
and
that.
I'm sure you know we hear that all the time at
I understand.
every place we go.
And like I said, me personally, I don't have a dog in the fight. If the port tells me you guys can record, I'll even escort you in. But the port told me nobody up here is allowed to record. And if
Okay.
anybody knows that better, It's that little gentleman that was just up here. I'm sorry to call him little, but
Yeah.
he happens to be the terminal manager.
Yeah, no, I talked with him.
Okay.
I asked him if he'd like to call somebody because the press is right. Is the same as the general public. Now, if for example, if these doors or if there was some kind of restriction down there that where we couldn't come up,
Right.
but if you wanted to restrict it, even on terminal days, there still has to be signage. There has to be some kind of.
You're looking at it.
Otherwise, there's no way that a
I
citizen would
understand.
know.
I understand. And I've even suggested,
Right.
to the court that they go down there, run a fence across the driveway, run a fence down that whole long grass area,
Yeah.
run a fence across the back, and put a gate there and a gate there, like we have at Terminal 6.
Yeah, sure.
And that way, there's a deputy at that fence. When you come up, they can go, "Do you have a ticket to get on the ship?" "No," "Then you're not allowed to pass this gate."
Sure.
Unfortunately, the terminals are in the process of being revamped. Right now, that one's being remodeled, that one is being remodeled. But until such time, I'm the sign. The word of mouth is the sign, okay?
A seaport and an airport as well as public areas. And we go in public areas and airports.
Right, you go inside the terminal, you go on to the land side.
And we go inside the public area.
Right.
Before you go.
Public area here is downstairs, outside. You cannot videotape anywhere near the doors, the garage doors, because that is where the security takes place of the screening, what goes on inside, the inner workings. That's why that's why the recording is not permitted, because you can't record the inner security workings because of obvious reasons. A terrorist might sit there and go, here's a weak link, here's a weak link. Oh, look, this guy unmanned, we can sneak in. Oh, look, there's a trash can there, we can put a bomb there.
That's TSA provided security.
The TSA's they provide the screening of the luggage and the customs.
Notepad, we do the same thing. The passengers jot down all the information as well. Doors are locked.
Well, we could what if all day long.
Right.
However, in the meantime, the port hires us and says, only ticketed passengers are allowed up here.
Okay.
If not, it's my job to say, gentlemen, you must leave. If you refuse to leave, then it's my job to arrest you for trespass after warning.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well,
So
unfortunately,
feel free to go downstairs.
well, we're going to stay if that's right. I mean, I came here to stay. Like I said, I've done all my homework.
You can't stay up here, sir.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm sorry, because that is the clear marching orders I got from the port. You can't. If you get a representative from the port to come down here and tell me, let this gentleman in, I'm like,
well, right. But I don't need someone from the port to tell me I get to practice my rights. You know what I mean?
like I said,
Like
on days,
for example, there's a lady with her phone in her hand. How do you know she's not recording?
to be honest with you, I don't.
Right. So there's
ticketing passenger.
right. So a ticketing
I know,
passenger.
I understand what you're saying. I
Okay.
totally agree with you.
Okay. Well, I've already talked with my lawyer.
Okay.
And I've already researched it with the port, and I'm more than happy to stay here. And then if you guys need to remove me, then you guys can.
Okay, well, now I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, sir. You're gonna be trespassed after warning, and then you're gonna go be arrested for it. You can go downstairs, but up here is reserved for ticketing passengers only, okay?
All right.
And I really appreciate your cooperation.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm trying to be as nice as I can be, and hopefully you can reciprocate as well.
Well, I understand that, but what happens is we're pushing for our rights.
I understand that,
We want to stand.
and I agree with you.
And I don't mind being arrested to stand up for my rights. I mean, it's perfectly legal, you know.
I'm gonna call my boss. And if he tells me you guys are to leave, you're gonna have to leave. I'm not, then I'm gonna have to arrest you for trespass after warning.
Absolutely. I couldn't imagine that would be, but I mean,
Well, it's because this is only ticketed pass.
yeah.
Only ticketed pass. He's in the meeting right now. I'm trying to. Well, the terminal manager is going to come up here and give you a trespass notice, and if he tells you to leave and then you refuse to leave after that, we have no choice but to arrest you for trespass.
Absolutely. Can I get my papers back?
Yes, sir. Hey, Ken. come on, I need you to step out here. James Herbert, step up here for me, please. My cousin, step up there. Yeah, I need you to come on out here. Sir, do you have a ticket to board the ship?
No.
Okay. Do you have one, sir? So I know the camera's on, but please don't go right to the doors, okay?
Yeah. Again, you know, TSA, their website, it's perfectly legal to film them.
Maybe, yeah, I can give you the authority to videotape me, but I can't give you the authority to videotape me while I'm inside the building because I know that they don't allow it.
Right. What I'm saying is the federal government on the TSA website has already given me permission to film the TSA. It's right on their website.
Items.
Here we go, guys. We got
Upstairs on the second floor.
John and Bill. Guys, go ahead and hit that like button.
You see the no photography, videotaping, or shall use it allowed in this area?
Yeah.
These two gentlemen are refusing to leave. As soon as Kenny Tran comes up here and gives them a trespass notice, they're going to be arrested if they refuse to leave after that. They're not ticket passengers, and therefore, per the Vice President report, they're not allowed to be up. Not ticket holding passengers.
Let me get everybody's name if I could real quick. How do you pronounce that?
Antonitis.
Antonitis. Hudson.
Yes, sir. Deputy Hudson.
Herbert. All with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, guys. Yeah, John's still here. He's outside. He's not on the property.
All right, but come on, 'cause I'm standing.
Well-
I got these guys here. I'm gonna get them out of here.
I understand that.
See, I agree with you. That's absolutely right. In an open public area.
No, it's actually not private property. It's owned by the city. I've got the tax deeds in my hand. This is city-owned property. It's not private.
Private company funded by public.
It's ran by the mayor and commissioners. It's a totally public-funded entity. It's not taxed on the payroll on the GSI. It's public. It's a total public
I
entity.
understand this is a secure area up here because
Is it secure? I didn't see any signs or any gates or anything. How secure is it?
So,
That could say no blacks allowed. That has as much legal power as that. I mean, I can make up signs all day long. I can put one on me that says, if you look at me, you owe me $50. What does that mean? We're law enforcement, so we go by the law, I'm hoping.
okay. Kenny, these gentlemen are not ticketed passengers. Mark Davina said if they're not ticket holding passengers, trespassing from the property up here is only ticketed passengers. So you're the court representative. These gentlemen have to be not ticketed passengers. So tell them they're trespassing from the
I told
property.
them last time the court allowed in.
Yeah, they did, but they don't want to be down there. They want to come up here, and they said it's their amendment right to come up here and videotape. Huh? Sorry, sir. That's good. Yeah, okay.
Let me read it from
I just called Mark said the trespassing from here.
I'm sorry?
Mark Davina said the trespassing from here because you're not taking the passengers.
Yes.
Tell them everything out of the property.
I'm sorry that you're allowed to be down there, the same if you want, that they have designated area for you. You're not allowed to be up here today. Let the court talk. Court, if you call them out and they allow you to be up here, you're welcome to be up here.
Okay.
Okay? So otherwise, we'll let the agent go down there.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, you've seen it here. My PayPal is patriotdiscussions@gmail.com. Please drop some bail money in. Nope.
Okay, arrest them for trespass after warning. Say you're being trespassed on the property.
So if you want to be able to hear, you just go on that.